Picture this. It's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, millions watching worldwide. And suddenly, 4-year-old Prince Louis starts having what can only be described as an epic royal meltdown. He's making faces, covering his ears, and, brace yourself, actually tries to hit his mother in the face. But here's what happened next that made parenting experts around the world sit up and take notice. Kate Middleton didn't yell. She didn't drag him away. She didn't even look embarrassed. Instead, she did something so masterful that it revealed the secret behind one of the most revolutionary parenting approaches in royal history. And what happened in those crucial 60 seconds would completely change how we think about handling children's tantrums forever. The royal parenting revolution. I'm about to take you inside the private world of Catherine, Princess of Wales, a woman who's quietly orchestrating a parenting revolution that's breaking centuries of royal tradition. While the world sees her perfectly composed children at public events, what's really happening behind palace doors involves something experts are calling the Middleton Method, a groundbreaking approach that combines cutting-edge research with surprisingly practical techniques any parent can use. Here's what's fascinating. Parenting experts have identified Kate as using what's called authoritative parenting, and the results speak for themselves. Dr. Rebecca Chicot, a leading parenting expert and founder of Essential Parent, revealed that Kate demonstrates a sensitive and warm mom who uses an authoritative style of parenting that is now encouraged by experts. But here's where it gets interesting. Authoritative parenting isn't what you might think. Research involving 428 published studies across every region of the globe found that authoritative parenting was associated with at least one positive child outcome everywhere it was studied. We're talking about a parenting style that's been scientifically proven to work across cultures, socioeconomic backgrounds, and yes, even under the pressure of royal scrutiny. Did you know that Kate's approach is so unusual for royalty that royal insiders call it subversive? Biographer Tom Quinn revealed, "I have heard that Kate has been very good at both accepting the way the system works, but also slightly subversively modifying it. She's essentially hacking the royal system from the inside, using modern parenting science to raise emotionally intelligent future monarchs." The sofa chat revolution, redefining discipline. Let's start with perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of Kate's parenting: how she handles misbehavior. Forget everything you think you know about royal discipline, because what Kate does instead will surprise you. The princess has revealed that there is no shouting and yelling in their house, and that they choose time in when things escalate with what she calls a sofa chat. This isn't your grandmother's time out. It's sitting with your child rather than putting them into solitary confinement and talking through their behavior once they're calmer. Picture this scene. Prince Louis has just had a meltdown because Charlotte got the bigger piece of cake. Instead of being sent to his room, Kate guides him to their sofa. She sits beside him, waits for the tears to stop, then asks, "Can you help me understand what happened?" This isn't just touchy-feely parenting. It's based on solid neuroscience. Here's what's happening in that child's brain during a sofa chat. When children are overwhelmed, their prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of their brain, goes offline. This approach helps children regulate their emotions better and keeps their self-esteem intact. They're also more likely to come to you for help when bigger things happen, rather than try to hide them from you for fear of punishment. But Kate's discipline philosophy goes deeper. Expert analysis reveals that she doesn't expect them to behave like little adults and knows that children go through perfectly natural stages like tantrums. This is revolutionary in royal circles, where children have traditionally been expected to be miniature adults from toddlerhood. Let's contrast this with traditional royal parenting. For generations, royal children were primarily raised by nannies and staff, with parents maintaining emotional distance. Children were seen and not heard, expected to perform perfectly in public with little emotional support. Kate has completely flipped this script. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich explained, previous royal generations relied heavily on nannies, whilst their parents focused on royal duties, thereby leaving little time for hands-on involvement. This resulted in their children feeling emotionally neglected. Kate recognized this pattern and deliberately chose a different path. The sofa chat technique is now being studied by child psychologists because it addresses the root causes of behavior rather than just the symptoms. When Prince George gets frustrated with homework, when Charlotte feels left out, when Louis is overwhelmed by public attention, they all know they have a safe space to process these big emotions with their mother. Bedtime stories and the power of connection. Now let's talk about something that might seem simple, but is actually incredibly sophisticated: how Kate handles bedtime in the Wales household. This isn't just about getting kids to sleep. It's about creating what child development experts call secure attachment. According to royal biographer Tom Quinn, Kate insisted that William was involved in bedtime, reading to the kids and bathing them, and they split the school run. This hands-on approach flies in the face of royal tradition, where staff handled these intimate moments. But Kate's bedtime mastery became internationally visible when she appeared on CBEEBIE's Bedtime Stories. She chose to read The Owl Who Was Afraid of the Dark by Jill Tomlinson, a story about a baby barn owl named Plop who overcomes his fears with help from others. Her message to children was profound. We can all feel scared sometimes, just like our little owl friend Plop. Here's what makes this appearance brilliant from a parenting perspective. Kate wasn't just reading a story, she was modeling emotional intelligence for millions of children. The book depicts a baby barn owl named Plop who is afraid of the dark and insists on not going hunting with his parents, before learning, with the help of others, to combat his fears and gain confidence. The setting was equally thoughtful. Kate positioned herself, sitting cross-legged on the floor on a blanket next to a fire pit, wearing a warm winter jumper and a pair of jeans, creating what the show called a campfire-like setting. Every detail was designed to feel safe, cozy, and accessible. But here's the deeper strategy. Kate is using bedtime stories as emotional education. Child development research shows that stories help children process complex emotions in a safe context. When a child hears about Plop, the owl, being scared, they learn that fear is normal and that there are ways to overcome it. Royal expert Emily Nash revealed, both William and Kate are very hands-on parents. They take the kids to school, attend sports matches and concerts, and try to be home for bedtime as much as they can. This consistency is crucial for children's emotional development, especially when their days are filled with the unusual pressures of royal life. The Wales family bedtime routine reportedly includes bath time, with both parents involved, story time, and what Kate calls connection time, a few minutes where each child can share their day, their worries, or their excitement about tomorrow. It's during these quiet moments that real parenting happens. The outdoor advantage and screen time mastery. Here's where Kate's parenting gets really interesting. Her revolutionary approach to screen time and outdoor play. While most modern parents struggle with the digital dilemma, Kate has cracked the code with a strategy that's both practical and backed by research. Recent insider reports reveal that the Wales children get only 30 minutes a day of social media time, with sources explaining screen time in general is very limited for them. They have their shows they like to watch, but they're encouraged to do other things like playing outside and reading. But here's the twist. This isn't about being anti-technology. Kate and William reportedly implemented a no iPad policy for their children from an early age, with insiders explaining they're very much seen as mommy and daddy's toys, not for children. The strategy is intentional. Delay digital dependency to build real-world confidence first. The outdoor element of Kate's parenting philosophy is where things get truly fascinating. Kate has stated, as children, we spend a lot of time outside, and it's something I'm really passionate about. I think it's so great for physical and mental well-being in laying those foundations. Parenting experts recommend a minimum of an hour outdoors each day makes all the difference to a child's mental and physical health, whatever the weather. Kate has taken this research and made it a cornerstone of her children's daily routine. Picture the Wales children's typical day. Instead of morning screen time, they might be in their kitchen garden, where each child has their own patch to tend. According to royal reporter Katie Nicholl, Prince Louis loves playing around in nature the most with his mom and siblings, and the children are encouraged to roam around with their swings, climbing frames, and even keep their own designated patches of the kitchen garden. But Kate's outdoor strategy serves multiple purposes. Research shows that children who spend significant time in nature develop better problem-solving skills, improve concentration, and stronger emotional regulation. When Prince George faces academic pressure, when Princess Charlotte deals with social dynamics, when Prince Louis feels overwhelmed, nature becomes their reset button. Kate has publicly stated, "I believe that spending time outdoors when we are young can play a role in laying the foundations for children to become happy, healthy adults." This isn't just royal privilege. It's accessible wisdom any family can apply. The genius of Kate's approach is that she's creating what psychologists call earned security, helping her children build confidence through real-world mastery before they're exposed to the artificial validation of digital devices, handling public tantrums like a pro. Now let's examine the moment that made Kate's parenting philosophy visible to the world. Prince Louis's very public meltdown during the Platinum Jubilee. This wasn't just about a tired 4-year-old. It was a masterclass in authoritative parenting under pressure. The scene was captured perfectly. Prince Louis behaved exactly like any preschooler would behave at a long event that was not designed with little ones in mind. He threw a tantrum and attempted to hit his mom in the face, and Middleton handled it like a pro. There was no yelling on her part, just a mom doing her best to keep her cool. She calmly redirected him several times and firmly, but gently removed his hand from the vicinity of her face. Here's what made Kate's response so brilliant. She treated Louis exactly as she would at home, despite millions watching. No special public behavior rules, no embarrassment, no harsh corrections, just consistent, calm parenting. Parenting expert Gifty Enright analyzed Kate's technique during emotional moments. Apart from the fact that the children were immaculately dressed for the occasion, we saw Kate's reassuring pats and squeezes here and there when she thought the children needed it. This again was Kate showing how confident and intuitive she is as a mother. But here's the deeper lesson. Kate's public parenting reveals her private philosophy. Expert analysis showed that, rather than shielding the children from the realities of life, she exposes them to it, but puts strategies in place to support them. This approach builds resilience. When children know their parent will remain calm and supportive, even during their worst moments, they develop what psychologists call emotional safety. They learn that love isn't conditional on perfect behavior. Kate herself has admitted the challenges. During the pandemic, when asked about managing toddler tantrums, especially with multiple children, her honest response was, "Yes, that's a hard one. I'd also like to ask the experts myself." This vulnerability makes her relatable, while highlighting that even royal parents struggle with the same challenges. The lasting impact. So what can we learn from Kate's revolutionary approach to royal parenting? The answer lies not in the privilege of palace life, but in the principles that any parent can apply. As one parenting expert with 25 years in childcare observed, Kate's parenting style lets children know that their voices, and their thoughts are important too. Gone are the days of children should be seen and not heard, enrolls a new and modern way of parenting where we give children the space they deserve to fill with curiosity, fun, and confidence. The Middleton Method isn't about being permissive. It's about being intentional. It's authoritative parenting with emotional intelligence, outdoor adventure with digital wisdom, connection before correction, and love without conditions. Royal expert analysis reveals that Kate and William are determined to avoid the traditional heir and spare dynamic by emphasizing that Prince George is the first among equals, so that Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis are treated as his equals. This ensures they all feel valued and included, rather than sidelined or overshadowed. Final thought. Perhaps the most revolutionary thing about Kate's parenting isn't what she does, it's what she proves. That raising confident, emotionally intelligent children isn't about perfection, privilege, or pressure. It's about presence, patience, and the profound power of showing up consistently with love, limits, and the unshakable belief that every child, royal or not, deserves to be truly seen, heard, and understood. The future of the monarchy may well depend not on the crowns these children will wear, but on the emotional intelligence their mother is giving them today. And that's a lesson worth learning from. Whether you're raising future kings and queens, or simply raising future human beings who matter just as much.